right, go.
So, I don't know who wants to go over what. So, like I said, we have like 4 main topics: saying the right words, saying too much, losing interest at the price, and the process of not looking at the site before it's called.
I'm down to do any of them. So, but I want you guys to be able to step out of your comfort zones and just try it. Because, guys, without practice, you're going to be super nervous and you're not going to have the confidence to do it on your own.
Right.
I mean, like,
Exactly.
I think me and Sean practice all the time.
That's my biggest.
Yeah, Sean's one of my day one boys. We've been in this for almost 3 years together now. So me and Sean have practiced and practiced and practiced, and it all comes down to that because when you guys first get into this, you guys are all really nervous. You're excited. You got the momentum. You're like, okay, I want to build the crap out of this team. But then when it actually comes down to executing, a lot of people kind of just get nervous and they don't know what to say. They're so worried about saying the wrong thing. And the biggest thing is you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, and you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. But a lot of people always look at it like this. Every no is one step closer to a yes. Well, don't think of it like that, because obviously if you say the same exact thing to 10 people and all 10 people say no, you're obviously doing something wrong. You know what I mean? I have people come to me all the time and they're like, Matt, I talked to 3 people and all 3 of them said, no, this is too hard. Like, you think you're going to talk to 3 people and become rich? Like, you might as well not even got started, because that's not how this works. It's going to take time. It's going to take patience. It's going to take, practice and stuff like that. But you got to understand, guys, the biggest thing you guys really gotta get into your heads is you don't owe anybody anything. You guys don't need them. They need you. That's what you have to realize. It's all about confidence. It's all about talking to people with that mindset that you don't need them, because you really don't. You don't have to sign up a single person in this company to make a full-time income. You can make great money from the auto trader, and you can make great money from your own trading account. You're doing these people a favor, and it's literally $200 to be a part of this. People spend more than $200 on shoes all the time when they go to the mall. But, when it comes down to a business or something like this, it's all about perspective. It's all about confidence. It's all about educating and not word vomiting. The biggest problem that most people have when they come into network marketing is word vomiting on people. People want to explain everything by word of mouth. But guys, you got to understand that's not duplicatable. Think of it like this. Every time before you're about to talk to somebody, or every time before you're about to prospect someone, or every time you're about to text or make a Facebook post, read it first, or think about it in your head first. If someone was going to say this to me, would I blow them off? Would I be interested? Or would it pique my interest? You got a lot of people that are constantly saying stuff to people, or constantly saying stuff on social media that's disrespectful about a 9-to-5, or, don't bash something else to recruit somebody into your business. Don't like go bash, 9-to-5s, or go bash another company, or go bash this, or go bash that. People don't respect that, because you got to understand, some people love their jobs. Some people love the way that they make income, whether they're a doctor, a nurse, in the Air Force, or maybe they are just in a corporate America or landscape or something. Some people love what they do. Like my fiance, she works 412s. She's a nurse. We could win the lottery tomorrow and she'd still want to be a full-time nurse. Why? Because she loves it. She's extremely passionate about it. So you got to hit it on that level, and you got to figure out exactly what people are looking for. Not everybody wants money. So you can't just constantly be approaching people about the money aspect. Not everybody wants time freedom. So you got to stop approaching everybody just about the time freedom. Not everybody wants a Lamborghini. Not everybody wants to quit their job. Not everybody has a family. You have to focus on the different aspects of what people have and what they're trying to achieve. You got to find somebody's why before you start to approach them. The last thing you want to do is just go up to your friend, or pitch your friend that you haven't talked to forever, or go up to somebody at the gym and then just pitch them on the business. That doesn't make any sense. You got to build that relationship with them and establish that ground, and, icebreakers and stuff like that. So the biggest thing is, Melissa was listing off a couple of topics. A lot of people don't know how to talk to people. How do I prospect someone? How do I show them the information? Guys, that's the easiest part. The easiest part is getting to the point of actually showing them the information, or putting the information in front of them, okay? So like a good example is, let's say I'm at the gym, or, I'm somewhere out, and someone that I know comes up to me and we start talking. We start chit-chatting about something. I always do this. I always pull out my phone in the middle of us having a conversation. 99% of the time when you're talking to somebody, they always have their phone out too. They're checking their text messages, turning on their music, doing whatever. It's not going to be disrespectful if you just pull your phone out of your pocket for a second in the middle of you guys talking to me like, oh, yes, US dollars increase in value. People are going to be like, what are you talking about? People are going to say that. People are going to be like, what are you talking about? All you do is turn your phone around and say, oh, yeah, you know what Forex is, right? Treat it like everyone knows what it is. Make them think, what the heck? I'm out of the loop. If I don't know what this is, I got to know what it is. And they're going to be like, what is Forex? Like, what? You've never heard of Forex before? And they're like, no, what is it? Well, have you ever been to an airport? They're like, yeah. You know how you see the currency exchange there where you exchange your currency for that country's current currency? Yeah, I know what that is. Well, I actually trade that on an online platform. What? How do you do that? Yeah, man. I mean, it's pretty similar. They're like, is that stocks? That's what everybody's going to say. Everybody's like, oh, that's stocks, right? I don't know how you'd be able to do that. Or don't you have to have a lot of money to do that? Or don't you have to have a lot of knowledge? Don't you have to go to school for like 8 years? People say that kind of stuff because people aren't educated. Why? Because the masses don't want you to know about this stuff because it's not socially acceptable. It's not go to school, get a good grades, go to college, get good grades, and work for corporate America. That's not what they teach. That's what they teach us in school. So obviously they don't want to teach us how to break the norm. So when you bring that kind of stuff up to people and you just quickly, you're in a conversation, you could be talking about working out and you just pull up your phone and you're like, the US dollars increase in value or the pesos decrease in value or, just say something like that. Like, what are you talking about? You're like, oh, you don't know what Forex is? And then just, have MetaTrader 4 pulled up on your phone and then just show them a chart. Just be like, oh, you don't know what Forex is? And they're like, whoa, what is that? It looks like hieroglyphics or something. And you could be like, no, I actually trade Forex. Wait, how do you trade Forex? And then you just like pique their interest enough because if they ask you a question like that, you got them because their eyes are already on it. They're seeing this. You just kind of explain to them that someone that, especially for myself, I'm really young. I'm only 22 years old. And when someone sees that I can do this, and a lot of my friends are, 30, 40, 50 years old that I hang out with and stuff. And, they're like, wait a minute, if this kid can do this, I can do this. You know what I mean? Because people will be like, what's Forex? I mean, it's like, that's like stocks, right? Well, it's similar to stocks, but instead of investing in the shares of a company, you're trading currencies on an online platform. It's pretty cool because I can make money from anywhere. I just actually made $50 while I was in here working out. Pretty cool. Dude, what? You got to hook me up with that. I'm trying to make some extra cash. Look, man, I can't promise you anything, but I'll try to hook you up. That's my favorite line. I can't promise you anything, but I'll try to hook you up. Why? Because that puts the power in your hands now. People want what they can't have. If you say, yeah, man, you got to try this. You got to join my team. Blah, 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 blah. This is how we do it. The company's name is this. Blah, 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 blah. Don't word bomb it on them. They're going to get overwhelmed. You're going to sound like a salesman, and you're going to lose them. They're going to ignore you. They're going to avoid you every time you go to the gym. I've done it a million times. I've seen people do it a million times. So the biggest thing is you want to make it to where people think of it as, I want what you have. When you pique their interest enough, they want it. Think about it. Like Sean. I got Sean into it exactly like this. I hit up Sean and I said, hey, man, let's work out tomorrow. I didn't say, hey, dude, I started working on this new business. It's called FXE, blah, 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 blah. No. I said, hey, man, what's going on? He's like, not much. I said, what are you doing tomorrow at 5? Nothing. You want to work out? Yeah, bro, sounds good. Meeting set up. He doesn't even have a clue what's going on. We just thought we're working out. We go to the gym, we start working out together, start talking about life, we're working out, blah, blah, blah. I pulled out my phone and showed him the freaking charts. And he's like, dude, I've seen that before. And I started talking to him about it, and he's like, dude, you got to tell me about this. And I was like, oh, we'll talk about it later. I don't have a whole lot of time. I don't want to get into it. Let's work out. So I dropped it. I dropped the subject. We started working out. What happened? He kept asking me about it. Why? Because he wanted to know. He wanted to know what this was. And I just kept piquing his interest saying, yeah, dude, it's freaking crazy. Like, I made $175 yesterday. What? Dude, I didn't make that in the last 2 days. Like, working my full-time job. I'm like, well, I can't promise you nothing, but let me see if I can hook you up. But let's finish this workout, and then I'll call one of my buddies, see if you're what we're looking for to have on the team. If people think that they can't just get in, they want it. They want it like a job interview. Think about it like this. Think about if you go to a job interview and you really want the job. You're going to be doing everything you can in that interview to get the job, right? If you walked into a job interview and they're like, you walked in and you said, hey, how's it going? My name's Brennan. Hey, how's it going, Brennan? You're hired. You'd be like, wait a minute, this job's got to be crap, because if they don't know nothing about me and they're already hiring me right off the spot, that makes no sense. So I don't want it that much. Let me go try to see if I can find something else, because they're probably going to fire me in a couple weeks because they're going through people so fast. But if somebody realizes how powerful that position is and you have to try to see if you can get them in, people want it bad. People want it. And, you know, like I said, Sean's one of my day one buddies. He actually got me into network marketing 3 years ago. Like, if it wasn't for him, I don't even know if I'd even know what network marketing is. But it's kind of crazy because the first company that we were in, you know, we ended up getting screwed over pretty bad, and I jumped into Forex. He hadn't jumped into it yet. We hadn't talked for quite some time. You know, don't think about it like this. Don't think about it's going to be awkward if I hit my buddy up I haven't talked to in 6 months. You know, don't think of it like that. Just hit him up about something else, you know. Try to make a meeting, or, you know, you don't have to say meeting. Let's just meet up for coffee. You don't have to explain everything over the phone. Just say, okay, let's say, who else is on here? Let me see. I'm going to use somebody else. Let's say Jared. I'd say I haven't talked to Jared in 6 months, and I want to talk to him because I know he's a beast. I want to talk to him about FXE. I want to see if he wants to be a part. Hold on. I got the hiccups. All right. So let's say I haven't talked to Jared in 6 months. I really want him on my team. I know he's a beast. I know he's got a great mindset. I know he would be a good benefit to my team. Am I going to hit him up and say, hey, man, I got started working for this company called FXE. It's about Forex. They teach you this. They teach you that. They got an auto trader, blah, 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 blah. No. One, it's going to be extremely overwhelming. It's not going to make any sense to him, especially if he doesn't know what Forex is. You can't sit there and just explain the whole business to somebody if they have absolutely no clue what any of this stuff is. So the best way to go about doing this is just call him up and invite him for dinner, invite him for lunch or coffee, or go work out or something. Whatever you guys do, just have something where you're in a setting to where it's not going to be awkward if you just bring it up, or if it seems to be something that you can tell right off the bat he's not going to be interested in. It's not going to be awkward if you just like. You're not going to have to be like, all right, see you later. Because then he's going to obviously know the only reason you wanted to talk to him is to pitch him on your business. So what I always do is I love doing meetups. You know, if they're local, you know, obviously if they're long distance, you can do 3-way calls or webinars or something like that. But this is how easy this is. Like, guys, every single time before you do anything with business, focus on one thing. Duplication. Is what I'm doing duplicatable? If you know for a fact people aren't going to be able to duplicate this, you got to change what you're doing. I had somebody call me the other day and they're like, dude, I talked to 12 people and all 12 of them have blew me off. Well, obviously if all those people aren't interested or something, you're doing it incorrectly. Especially all 12 of those people came to that guy. All 12 of them came to him asking for information and then blew him off. So you had them right at your fingertips, but then you lost them. So why did that happen? Because what you were doing was, 1, overwhelming, 2, not duplicatable. And people want to see that it's easy. People want to see, oh, I can do this. If someone gets off the phone with you and they're like, man, I don't think I can do this, you lost them. If you get on the phone with someone and they're like, man, that seems pretty easy, I feel like I could definitely do that, it's game over. So this is how I do it. So let's say, who's all on here? Who wants to play? Who wants to role play? You don't have to be a guy. Anybody?
I guess I'll start.
All right, Melissa. So let's say I hadn't talked to Melissa in a couple weeks, or maybe we'll switch it around. Let's say me and Melissa work together in corporate America. Let's say we work together. I don't know her that well, but I know she's a hardworking person. She's ambitious. She's got a great mindset, and she's great at talking to people. Or maybe she sucks at talking to people, but maybe I know she's got a good mindset and she works hard. Whatever it may be, you got to find things that you can compliment people on. Okay. So what I would do is, let's say, okay, anytime you're going to call somebody, try to keep it under 60 seconds. Always be in a hurry. If it's a little bit longer, that's fine. But the last thing you want to do is have them start asking you questions and you end up telling the whole thing over the phone. Because then it's screwed. There's no point. You know, if you just told them everything over the phone, they think they know everything. And if you send them a video, they're not going to watch it. They won't. So this is how I do it. So let's say I'm going to call up Melissa. So we're going to act this out. So I'm going to call Melissa right now. She's going to answer, and we're going to go right through the invite process. I'm going to invite her out to have coffee. What is going on with my nose? It's like itching really bad. There's a bunch of flowers right here. But anyway, okay, so I'm going to call you, Melissa. Ring, ring.
Ring. Hello.
Hey, what's going on, Melissa? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hey, look, I don't have a whole lot of time to chat. I'm actually about to jump on a call here in just a second, but I needed to call you for something. What do you got going on tomorrow at 5 o'clock?
Other than being with the baby, not much.
Okay. What is Brendan going to be home around that time? Do you have a chance that we could meet up? I got to show you something.
He should be, yeah.
Okay. What about like 5:30, 6 o'clock? Do you think Brendan would be able to take the baby for maybe 30 minutes to an hour?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, cool. I'm working on a new project right now that I'm really excited about, but you're a lot smarter than me, and I really value your opinion a lot, and I really want you to look at it for me to make sure I'm making the right decision. So would you be able to meet up with me tomorrow, let's say Starbucks about 5:30?
I mean, I guess it sounds kind of fishy, but I'm willing to give it a try.
Well, yeah, the biggest thing is, like I said, I want to be able to make sure that I'm making the right decision. You're a lot smarter than me. I fall into a lot of stuff like really quick. For me, I always make impulse decisions. I know at work you're a lot smarter than me with a lot of different stuff. You always analyze a lot of different things. I just don't want to make sure I want to make sure I'm not getting screwed over. So it'd mean a lot to me if you'd meet up with me and kind of check this out so that I could see from another person's perspective, make sure I'm not making the wrong decision.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
All right, perfect. Sounds good. Well, I got to run. I'll shoot you a text about 4 o'clock and we'll meet over at Starbucks at 5.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, sounds good. So like if you said it like that, and if someone, most people, if she would have said sounds kind of fishy or, what is, a lot of times people will say, what is it? Or someone will say, tell me about it. Well, this is what you always want to say. If someone says, well, what exactly is it? You could be like, well, it's actually a lot more visual. It's going to be hard for me to explain over the phone. Or, like I said, I'm in a hurry. You can say it like this. Actually, I'm in a huge hurry. I'm about to jump on this other call. I'll be on this phone call with you for 30 minutes to explain it. But I want you to actually visualize it because if you're anything like me, you got to see it before you believe it, or something like that, Or you could even do it even simpler than that. Like if you don't even want to mention it, like some people just want to make sure that the person knows that it's not just meeting up to talk, like to catch up, or, if you just called somebody, let's say Melissa was my cousin and I haven't seen her in a little while or something. And I wanted to call her up and just invite her out for coffee. And what you do is while you're at coffee, you just let it come up in conversation. So let's say I call Melissa, ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, what's up, Melissa? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So I was just wanting to check in. I haven't talked to you guys forever. Hope you and Brendan are doing well.
Yeah, definitely. It has been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. So I wanted to see what you guys were doing maybe tomorrow or Monday, see what you guys had going on. We need to meet up and have coffee or something.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds good. I miss hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, for sure. How's the baby doing?
She's doing good, getting big, walking.
Yeah.
Easy.
That's crazy. That's so crazy to think about. Like, when I last saw her, she's just barely even moving, just like, it's like she's such a baby. Now she's walking and everything like that. Time flies. But yeah, if you and Brendan are both around, you can bring the baby if you want. We need to meet up, maybe have some lunch tomorrow or something like that. If you guys are free, are you guys free tomorrow?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. He's off work, so why not?
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Shoot me a text when Brendan gets home and maybe we can meet at like Applebee's or, something like that. Catch up. I'd love to see you guys.
Sounds good to me.
All right, great. I'll see you tomorrow. And then just keep it like that, and then it doesn't seem awkward. It just seems like you're getting somebody a call and just like you miss them or you want to hang out and see how things are going. Now, let's say you guys are at dinner. You guys are talking about life, talking about stuff. I've never, ever been and met up with a family member or a friend or anything I've ever been to and someone hasn't asked me, how's work? Everyone says that. How's work going? What are you doing these days? What are you doing for work these days? It's going to come up in conversation. Don't talk about your job or whatever else you're doing unless that's something that's huge in your life, But, what I always say is, yeah, man, I've been super busy working on a lot of new projects. Finally, I'm able to start paying off my medical bills, or finally I'm to the point to where I've been able to start, traveling more, or yeah, I actually was able to quit my job and now I'm working from home full time. What? You're working from home full time? Yeah, it's really nice. I'm able to see my dad whenever I want. Me and my fiance been going on trips like crazy. It's really nice to be able to enjoy time freedom because, I know you remember last time we talked, I think I was working like 75 hours a week. Wait, what are you doing? As soon as they say that, as soon as they're going to say it, they're going to say, what are you doing? What is this? Like, how did you go from working 75 hours a week to working from home, having complete time freedom? Or let's say maybe you made a Facebook post recently and they bring it up. That happens a lot too. Man, dude, I see you doing some big things. You're always posting positive stuff, man. Like, what's going on? You seem so happy. Yeah, man, I've been working on this new project, man. It's been crazy. I met so many awesome people. I used to be so negative, man. And these people I've been working with, this new project I'm working on, have really showed me what's important in life. I've really met a lot of good people that have really turned me into the person I knew I could be. Well, what are you working on? People are going to say that. People are going to open the door to that. And as soon as they open the door, that's when you've got them. You just keep it short and simple. What I always say is, well, what are you doing? You know what Forex is, right? Make them feel dumb. Make them feel like, nope, I don't know what. Like if you say it, you know what Forex is, right? 9 times out of 10 people say, oh yeah, but what is it again? I kind of forget, even though they have no idea what it is. You know what I mean? So that's a good one. Those are just openers and stuff like that. You guys can come up with your own little thing that you want to say that you do. But when it comes down to it, it's got to be short. It's got to be quick, you know, elevator pitch, whatever you want to say. But what I always do is, you know, hey man, what do you do for work? Oh, you know what Forex is, right? Yeah, I think I know what that is. Well, you know, but a lot of times they'll say, I think I know what that is, but can you explain it to me a little bit more? Or they'll be like, no, what is that? Well, you've been to an airport, right? Yeah, I've been to an airport. You know how you exchange your currencies at the currency exchange? Yeah. Well, that's what I do. I actually trade that on an online platform instead of actually having to travel country to country to be able to make a profit. Wait, you can do that? Yeah, I mean, it's similar to stocks. Oh, it's stocks. No, it's not stocks. It's similar, but instead of investing in the shares of a company, you're actually trading currencies based upon supply and demand. No way. That's pretty cool. How'd you get into that? Well, actually, one of my buddies actually got me introduced to it. I watched him go from, you know, being a server to making over $40,000 a month in less than a year. And I hit him up. I was like, man, how the heck did you do that? And wait a second. Your buddy makes $40,000 a month? Yeah, he makes $40,000 a month. He's got to be like 50 years old. Actually, no, he's 25. What? You got a buddy that makes $40,000 a month. He's only 25 years old. Yeah, I mean, why do you think I hit him up? I was like, if he can do it, why can't I? Well, tell me a little bit about this, man. Well, look, man, we're at dinner, man. I'll sit here and talk your ear off for hours. But, you know, I want to see how you're doing, man. I want to talk to you. I didn't come here to talk about myself. I want to talk about you. But if you want to know some more about it, you know, I'll send you some information before we leave. And, you know, you can check it out. And if it sounds like something you want to dive into, I can't promise you anything, but I'll see what I can do. Don't say, if you think this is good, man, you should do it. I'm making a lot of money. You know, you should do this. I think you would be great at it. Don't say that. You know, leave the power in your hands, because if you give them the power, then one, they're going to get back to you whenever they feel like it. Two, you'll message them about it. And after you start messaging them a couple of times, they're going to be like, all right, this guy's trying to sell me something. You know what I mean? And that's the last thing you want people to think. Last thing you want people to think is that you're only treating them like a dollar sign. People hate to be pitched. People hate to be sold. People hate to sell. So that's the biggest thing, is if you guys hate selling, then figure out a way to educate instead of sell. Educate people. When you make your posts, when you talk to your friends, educate them. Don't sit there and say, hey, man, look about my business. Check out my business, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to be rich in 6 months. People aren't going to believe that. You got to be able to show them. You got to be able to educate them on what you're doing to be able to get to where you're at, or where you think you're going, or just be positive, be ambitious, show them that you see value in your life and stuff like that. So that's just my 2 cents. I want to let somebody else kind of take over. If you guys have any more questions, you want to role play or with me, I don't want to do all this. I want you guys to jump in. I don't want Melissa to do all this. I want you guys to participate. I want you guys to jump in. This is a role playing call. You know how I am. Once I start talking about stuff, I just kind of get carried away because I like to talk. But anything that you guys need help with, ask anybody. You know, Melissa's a beast at this too. She started the call. You know, she's good at this. You know, Brendan, all you guys are probably pretty good at this. But I know we all can be practiced. You know, I'm not perfect. I can be better. We can all be better. So I want somebody that hasn't said anything yet to say something, and I want you guys to rather ask a question, or I want you to role play.
I guess like Mike. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I guess my question would be, other than if you want to stick with role playing, but it would be like a lot of network marketing, like not marketing, but networking between people to find other people's. I probably exhausted my closest friend list, because I've been in 4 or 5 other MLM companies, and I've done the same thing, done role playing practices, and gotten pretty confident at it. But it's, you know, each company's a little bit different, so it's a pitch that I haven't used before. So I really enjoy what you were saying, and I know I'm going to practice that. But it would be networking between people that I know to find other people that would be interested.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. A lot of people always ask me, they're always like, Matt, I don't know anybody. Matt, I know my family won't do this. A lot of my friends won't do this. 99% of the people I've had join me in every single business that I've ever been in, including this one, I've never met in person. And what's crazy is 99% of the people I've met, a lot of the people that are in my wedding, I wouldn't have met if it wasn't for network marketing. So people saying, I don't have a whole lot of friends, people saying, I know my family won't do this. I can't use that as an excuse, you know, because myself, 99% of my income has came from people in network marketing has came from people I've never met. You know, a lot of my teams, you know, some of my best friends live in Jamaica. Some of my best friends live in Australia. I've never even met them before. You know, it's just like, you know, like Alec, for example. I talk to Alec like 3 or 4 times a day, every single day. And he's one of my best friends. And it's like, I've only met him in person twice. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for Forex, we never would have met. So that's what's really cool about it. Is another thing I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about is 3-way calls and social media. A lot of people are so curious as to how I've been able to just, you know, recruit as many people as I have just from social media. They're like, man, what are you doing? I have people hit me up all the time. I have 5, 6, 7, 8 people hit me up, but I can't recruit any of them. If 5, 6, 7 people hit you up, there's no reason you shouldn't be recruiting at least half of them. Guys, this is only $200 to join this company. For as much as you get, me and Sean used to be in a company that you had to pay $1,000 and $1,750 to join. You know how many people I recruited in 6 months in that company? 25. I recruited 25 personals in 6 months for $1,000, and it was anti-aging cream. This is $200 and this is Forex. Like, this is a lot more powerful than that. You know what I mean?
More money for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, ask Sean, how much easier is this than what we was doing before? We're two
So much
dudes.
easier.
We're 2 dudes.
Yeah.
Like, think about how hard it would be to market anti-aging skincare. I mean,
Yeah,
it
it's
was
tough.
hard. It was tough. Plus, it's $1,000 or $1,750. Like, this is $200. Like, you spend that a couple times in dinner. Like, I mean, if you got a family, that's like $80 if you go to a restaurant. And like, if you get drinks and stuff, or like, you know, like we went and got sushi not too long ago, took our friends out, and the bill's like $84. Like, that's one time, you know? It's like people are so caught up in like, man, this is $200. And then they're like, I don't have the money. Then you see them a week later post on social media that they just bought rims for their car or something. You know what I mean? It's just priorities. You have to show them the value of this. You can't just hit your friends up and be like, hey man, this is Forex. Check out this video. Get back to me. I want to help you out. Like, if you hit them up like that, they're going to be like, this guy's just trying to pitch me, you know, but a lot of times you want to pique their interest enough on social media. So go look like maybe the post Sean made yesterday, or some of the posts that I've made. Brendan and Melissa make tons and tons of posts. And I don't know a lot of you other guys as well. I mean, I want to get to know you guys as much as possible. So anytime you guys want to reach out, feel free. But you make an intriguing post. This is literally how I do it every single time. Someone hits me up. Hey man, I just saw your post. Tell me about this Forex thing. Look, man, I'm super busy right now. I don't care if you're sitting on the couch. I don't care if you're in the park walking your dog. You're busy. I don't know about you, but that's not a lie. Somebody told me the other day, man, you want me to lie to people? No. I don't know about you, but the only thing I value more than anything is time. My time is extremely valuable. I don't care if I'm sitting on the couch watching a movie. That's my time. So I'm busy. So that's what you always want to say. If you value your time and you tell people, hey, man, I'm super busy right now, they're going to be like, okay, man, this guy really takes care of us. He really appreciates his time. I'm not going to waste it. Okay, so if you say, they're like, hey, man, I just saw your Facebook post. Tell me about this Forex thing. Hey, look, man, I'm actually super busy right now. I'll be free in about an hour and a half. Will you be free? Yes, I'll be free in about an hour and a half. Okay, great. I'm going to send you over this website. Check it out, and I'll call you in an hour and a half. That's it. People are always sitting there sending their friends paragraphs. Like, it's too much. It's not duplicatable. Don't overwhelm people. If you send people all kinds of stuff, it's overwhelming. The last thing you want to do is overwhelm someone, because if it's overwhelming, they're going to think, I can't do this. Or they're going to say, I can't promote this because I know people aren't going to be able to do the same thing. But if you make a Facebook post, someone hits you up, you say, hey, look, man, I'm super busy. I'll be free in an hour and a half. Will you be free? Yes, I'll be free. Okay, perfect. I'm going to send you a site. Check out the information on this site, and I'll call you in an hour and a half. Okay, sounds good, man. Right before you call them, say, hey, sorry I got tied up. I'm going to call you in 5 minutes. Okay, perfect. You call them, but before you call them, message one of your uplines. Make sure one of your uplines knows you're about to call and say, hey, are you available for a 3-way in 5 minutes? They will say yes or no. Don't just message one person, message a couple. Make sure you have someone locked in. And then when you call this person, you say, hey, what's going on, man? And they're like, oh, not much. You're like, hey, what was your favorite part of the videos I sent you? Do not say, what did you think? Do not say, did you watch the videos? Because you already told them a time. You already told them what was going on. They should have been prepared. If you said, hey, I'm calling you in an hour and a half and you need to watch these videos. If you call them and you say, hey, Stacy, did you watch those videos? And she says, no. Okay, hey, well, it's not going to make any sense for me to call you then. So check out those videos, shoot me a text, and as soon as you're done, I'm going to call you back. Click. If they didn't watch the video, do not sit there and explain the whole thing to them, because then you're going to be word vomiting. It's easier for people to visualize it and see it than if you talk them for 30 minutes on the phone explaining everything. If you're on the phone talking to them for 30 minutes explaining everything, they're only going to maybe hear 3 minutes of that, 7 minutes of that maybe. They're going to lose focus. Okay, so when you're on the phone and you ask them, okay, we got 5 minutes left. All right, so when you ask them, hey, what's going on? Hey, not too much. Okay, great. What was your favorite part of the video? Sets it up for something positive. Oh, I really like the Instatrader. I like how I can make money hands-free while I'm doing other stuff. Hey, I know how you feel. I literally felt the exact same way. Feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. I felt the same way, but this is what I found out. Hey, how do you feel? I felt the same way. I actually love the Instatrader. That's what made it really nice for me, because I'm super busy. You know, I have a family. I'm getting ready to get married, and I knew I didn't have a whole lot of time. So I liked being able to put my money in there and be able to make it hands-free. But I'll tell you what, man, I'm actually pretty new. I don't want to ruin anything for you, but I actually just got off the phone with my mentor a little bit ago. He's actually had a lot of success in this industry. But let me see if I can get a hold of him. I want him to be able to answer your questions. He's super busy. I probably won't be able to get hold of him, but let me see if I can. Hold on 1 second. Add call me. Hey, Matt, I got my buddy Kyle on the other line. He's seen the video. He's curious about the Instatrader. Okay, great. Merge calls. Hey, Kyle, got my buddy Matt on the other line. Matt, do you have a second to share your story? Mute. Let me do the rest. Think about how easy that is. You made a Facebook post, intrigued someone, said you were busy, sent them a video, set up a call, boom, 3-way, done. You put somebody on the phone with me, it's game over. Like, it's going to happen. You know, I'm not trying to like brag about myself or anything like that, but I'm extremely, extremely confident in myself. You know, I've closed people, signed people up in the business that make $50,000 a month doing other stuff. And I don't make even close to that. I'm 22 years old. Why? Because I believe in myself. I have 100% confidence. I look myself in the mirror every single day and I say, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire. Why? It's not because I want to be rich. It's because I want the mindset of a millionaire. If I have the mindset of a millionaire, someone tells me no, or someone tells me it's a scam, somebody tells me they're not interested, do you think if I was making $1 million that I would give a crap about their opinion? If someone tells me you're never going to make it, if my grandma, my cousin looks me in the face and says, this is stupid, you're never going to make it, do you think it's going to affect me at all? No. People have told me my whole life I'm never going to be anything. People have told me I'm never going to make it in life, and now half of those people are working for me. Why? Because I believed in myself when no one else did. So guys, if you have 100% belief in yourself and you practice and you put in the work and you actually keep this simple, keep it simple. Don't complicate this. This is easy. You know, people are always like, you know, this is hard. No, going to work at a job you hate 12 hours a day is hard. You know, being in the Army is hard. Being away from your family for 6 months is hard. Being on call as a doctor is hard. Okay, that's it. So I'm done. I could talk forever. But I'm going to let Melissa go ahead and close out this call, but I hope that helped, guys. If you guys need anything else, I love doing these role play calls. I think this is a genius idea Melissa came up with. So if we do this every week, I think it's game over for all of us.
Yeah, exactly. So everyone sees how confident Matt is when he's talking. The whole idea of these role play calls is to get everyone to his confidence level so that, like you said, if someone does need help with a call, anyone can be able to jump on and no one's going to be nervous about it. Everyone's going to know what to say, how to handle this call, and how to close it. So every week we're going to be doing these calls, and we want different people to jump on and actually do the role play parts. Like he said, he shouldn't be doing the whole thing. I don't want to do anything. I want each and every one of you to step up at one point and either be the role player or the person doing the calls. So next week we're going to do this again. Probably going to try to keep it around the same day, same time. We'll see. We'll test it out and see which one works best. But like I said, this is something that we really want to kick off because we want everyone to be on the same level. You shouldn't have to feel like someone is above you or beneath you. We want everyone together. One team, one family. So with that being said, if anyone has any questions, we have 1 minute or else we're done.
I'm going to add in really quickly what Matthew was saying, how you don't want to pitch it. Alec brought it up to me. He was like, hey, man, this is cool. Check it out. If you have any questions, get back to me. So I checked it out. I like the part that I could do it from my phone. So Alec and me were in a video chat. He brought up Matt. He brought in Matt to the chat. I think Matt was going to get like sushi or something like that. He didn't sell me on it. He motivated me to get into it. I'm not in yet, but I got some stuff I got to finish first. But I'm motivated to do it now because of the way he sold I'm not saying sell the product, motivating me, how do I word it? Encouraged me to do it myself without like selling me a product. He gave me the motivation to try it out soon. So I guess, I don't know. I'm trying to word that.
Yeah, educate instead of pitch. Right.
Yeah. So
I think we got like 6 seconds left on here. But appreciate it. Thanks, Melissa, for getting this this webinar together. And if you guys have anything, don't hesitate to ask. And appreciate you guys hopping on.
Thanks, guys.